Welcome to this episode of Writerpreneur Podcast. In this episode, I'm going to talk about when to quit. That is a question I have had to answer so many times in my life, and my guess is you have as well. So I'm going to walk you through my framework, but I'm going to we're going to have two assumptions here at the outset. The first is that what you're debating about quitting or not is an actual business. It's not a passion project. It's something that you are actively looking to make an income from. If what you're working on is a passion project, then it doesn't matter, right? You can listen to the data, you cannot, you're doing it for the passion because you love it. So keep doing it. But if what you're looking for and what you're looking to do is actually business or something you want to make income from, then we have to talk about the market. Then we have to talk about product market fit. We have to answer these 4 questions that I have in a second. That's assumption 1. This is a business, not a passion project. Assumption number 2 is you've written for at least 3 months and at least 15 articles following the viral validated method. That's where you go, you find content that has already gone viral. You're using this to train the algorithm to show your content to other people. You find content that's gone viral that is relevant to the audience you're looking to serve. And then you model that content. You add your own hook, you add your own opinion, you add your own big idea, whatever it is, but you use that as a framework for content that already resonates. So you're not having to come up with new ideas, right? So you've done that. Again, assumption number 2, you've done that at least 15 times for at least 3 months already. If you haven't done it 15 times or you haven't been doing this for at least 3 months, you don't have enough data to know whether you should quit or whether you should continue. So let's get into the questions to ask. The first is around passion. Are you passionate? You could say, I like the word passionate. I'm a very passionate person. You could also put interest here if you don't quite have that burning desire all of the time. So passion or interest. Are you passionate about the audience that you're looking to serve, the person that you're writing for? Are you passionate about the topics that you write about? And are you passionate about helping your person, the person you're writing for, succeed? Guys, I can't tell you how many nights I fall asleep literally thinking of the students and the people on my email list, people that I haven't. Thinking through their content problems, thinking through, okay, how can I help them get from point A? Susie, she has 349 followers on Medium. How can I help her cross that 500 mark? Here's the next 3 steps she needs to take. How can I communicate that in a way to get her to take that action, right? There are so many nights where that is my process. I obsess over this at Writerpreneur, and that's why I've gained the traction I have. It's why I'm able to be consistent. And this is the big idea here, is if you are not passionate, if you're not genuinely interested in your audience, in the topics, and in helping your audience succeed, you will not stick with it for the long term. The reality is you will probably end up writing for 12 to 18 months before you end up making money. There's other people who will tell you how to make a quick buck by tricking this algorithm and entering in this Medium partner program and doing this. And you know what? If that's your goal, by all means, go to them. That's fantastic. They have great trainings and great teachings on how to make a quick buck. But if you're looking to build a business that is sustainable off the back of your writing, something that can replace an income in the long term, you need to have a passion or at least a strong interest for the audience, the topics, and helping that audience succeed. Question number 2, enjoyment. Do you enjoy creating content on the platform? Again, this is a sidestep of what we had just talked about. And this is because if you don't, let me put it this way. Every single audience breaks off into tribes. And those tribes will gather on different platforms depending on what the tribe is. Some tribes gather on Instagram. Some tribes you'll see on YouTube and you can usually tell by how engaged creators are, how much of an engaged community different creators have on different platforms. Some tribes are really active on YouTube, not active on TikTok. Other tribes are crazy on Medium and not at all on Substack. Some Twitter is where they thrive and they always go back and forth, but you'll never see them on Instagram. Regardless of the tribe that you're serving, the person that you're serving, there will be a tribe of them on a platform. The goal here is to ask, do I enjoy creating content on that platform? Do I enjoy creating content on that platform? If you don't, then you won't be able to do it consistently long enough. You won't be able to learn all the little ins and outs in order to optimize your performance on the platform. It will be just a rinse and repeat, a half-assed effort, and the audience will see right through that. Now, the other part of this is there should be this strong engagement on the platform. That will dictate which platform you go to. So if you are looking and saying, okay, I want to serve person A, I want to serve this segment of the audience, but I see that they are hyper engaged on YouTube, but I don't like YouTube. Well, you should probably choose a different person then. You should probably try and solve a different problem, because you won't be able to connect with that person if you're not able and willing and excited to interact with them and meet them where they're at. It's too much to ask to say, hey, I can solve your problem, but you have to come over here to this platform and to this medium that you're not used to. It's way too much to ask, especially when you're starting out. So, do you enjoy the platform that the audience is currently on? Next, engagement. This is how engaged is the audience. So we just talked about tribes. We just talked about finding these little pockets, these creators that have really engaged communities. Now, this is the other half. When you create content, again, when you're creating viral, validated content, which we covered at the top of this recording, do you have at least half of your articles that get genuine engagement? Not just, hey, great job, or I agree, or thanks, but hey, this was really interesting. This helped me in this way. Some sort of genuine human interaction. If at least half of your articles get genuine human interaction, then you know you're onto something. You know there's a pocket here. You know there's a community that's underserved, that's overlooked, or that just people don't notice. Right? This is a great opportunity for you. This is a sign that you should still keep going. You should continue to push on. Now, question number 4 is we're looking for outliers in your content. Did in those 15 pieces of content that you created, did at least one of them double your average across the account? Did at least one, I call this being an outlier, did at least one make it as an outlier on your account? Now, the reason this is important is because it shows that the people on this platform are hurting and hunting. What that means is it shows that they are actively in pain and actively searching out some sort of solution. And your content resonated with them. They stuck with it. They read it. They continued to digest it long enough for the algorithm to realize, hey, there's something unique here. We're going to give this to other people. There's something special here. It's helping people A, B, C, and D. They're reading it for a longer period of time. We're going to show it to more people. This means the audience is likely underserved, and it means they're likely hurting and actively looking for a solution. This is a great sign. Okay, did at least one of your pieces of content and your articles double your average reach for the account? And now I have a 5th question here. This is a bonus. I call it the X factor. This is a 100% bonus. You don't need this when you're starting out. But again, if you're looking to build a business off of your writing, this is something that you'll need in the long term. You don't need it in the short term, but you do need it in the long term. And this is uniqueness. Do you have something unique that you can offer the audience? And what goes with this is that, do you have some sort of actual skill that you can offer the audience? Can you deliver the goods? And do you have some uniqueness? So let's take these in 2 parts. Deliver the goods. If you are here saying, hey, I have this, or I'm going to teach YouTubers how to build an email list. Phenomenal. Great. Love it. Do you have some sort of experience here? And if you don't, that's fine. But have you done this for someone else then? If you haven't done it for yourself, have you done it for someone else? If you haven't done it for yourself and you haven't done it for someone else, have you done it or do you have some other unique experience that might be applicable here? Maybe you helped a small business. Maybe you helped a gym double their or put 1,000 people on their email list, right? And maybe some of the principles still apply. You have to have some way where you can deliver the goods, some way where you can show up and say, yes, I can actually do what I say I'm going to do. That's very important. And two, you need to be able to do that in some unique way. This is where you look at the market and say, okay, here's what the market is currently offering this person to solve their problem. It's currently offering them option A, B, and C. Now, option A and B and C are all deficient in this unique Z way. And so I'm going to offer some sort of unique solution that targets Z and that points out Z, something different, something unique. Okay, different is better than better. If you're just showing up and doing the same thing but a little better, then you're competing with every other person who's doing the same thing. And you're only better than them until someone comes along and is better than you. But if you can do something that is unique, if you can do something that's different, then everyone else who's showing up is no longer your competition. Your competition is anyone who's doing the same thing that you're doing, which by definition, if you're doing something unique, is no one. So I'll give you an example. When I started Writerpreneur, my approach was to say, hey, I have the first business development system for nonfiction writers. And that was what I was saying. Hey, here's a business development system. And when you hear that, what that really means is I have trainings for you. I have trainings on how to teach writers business. There was nothing unique there. Yes, I have my experience and I can deliver on the goods, absolutely, but there was nothing unique about a business development system because so many other people are offering business training to writers. And so after a while and talking with some people and processing this out, what I realized it was the reason why I had started Writerpreneur in the first place. And I started Writerpreneur not to give more people training, not to give more people courses, but yes, to say, okay, cool, you have a knowledge gap. Here's a little bit of training that will help bridge that gap. But really what drives results is execution. And in order to execute, you need community. So that became the headline is you don't need another fucking course. You need community. The tagline rather. That became the tagline for Writerpreneur. The second I made that switch, my audience started to skyrocket. I had people flocking in. I got actually just yesterday crossed 1,000 email subscribers, and I started taking emails, I think mid-March. We're now mid-October. And so I made that switch mid-April. I think before I made that switch, I had maybe 100 people on in that first month. Maybe 100 people joined my email list, maybe a little less. At this point, we're a few months later, I am now at just over 1,000. That hockey stick growth is specifically because, or one of the main reasons anyway, is because I was able to make that switch. I leaned into something that was unique and different. Now notice I had some traction beforehand. 100 emails in a month is freaking great. That's really good. That's a really great sign that something is working. All I did was add my uniqueness to do something else a little better. So again, I'll walk through these questions real quick. We have 1, are you passionate about the audience, the topic, and helping your person succeed? 2, do you enjoy creating on the platform? 3, does at least half of your articles get genuine human engagement? 4, did at least one of your articles double its reach following the viral validated method? And the X factor, can you deliver on what you promise? Can you deliver the goods? And do you have something unique to offer the market? This is how I decide whether I'm going to stick with something or whether I'm going to give up, whether I will continue or whether I will quit. If I can answer, yes, I'm passionate. Yes, I enjoy creating on this platform. Yes, I'm getting some sort of human engagement here. Yes, I've had a unique experience here. Yes, I have some unique value I can offer. Yes, one of my content doubled in its reach than the rest of the others. All of these things are signs that you can keep going and that you should. For me, this has helped me. It's really helped refine my process as I test out different niches and as I test out different types of content and different audiences. If this was helpful, Thank you so much for listening, and go to GabrielKlingman.com if you want more of content like this delivered right to your email box. That's Gabriel Klingman, GabrielKlingman, and sign up for my newsletter there. I send out a few emails a week, and you'll get more content just like this sent to your inbox.